Doctor's warning: 5 foods you must never reheat. Cancer risk explained. Dr. William Lee. It is imperative to understand that certain common foods, when subjected to reheating, can trigger concerning chemical reactions within them, potentially leading to significant health issues, especially for seniors. Dr. William Lee, a prominent figure in medical research, has brought to light startling findings derived from years of study, which most individuals, and even many healthcare professionals, have yet to connect. These investigations have identified 5 everyday foods that, when reheated, can silently promote cancer cell growth, inflammation, and accelerate the aging process. A pivotal 8-year study, meticulously conducted by the European Journal of Nutrition and involving over 11,000 adults aged 60 and above, revealed a significant correlation. Individuals who regularly reheated specific food groups exhibited a remarkable 34% higher concentration of nitrosamines and heterocyclic amines in their bloodstream. These compounds are not to be taken lightly, as the World Health Organization has officially classified them as probable human carcinogens. This elevated risk is far from a minor detail. It represents a hidden danger lurking within our own kitchens. Among the foods discussed, one in particular, item number 2 on the list, elicited surprise even from Dr. Lee himself upon his initial encounter with the research. This item is consumed by a vast majority of seniors in America at least 3 times a week and is widely perceived as exceptionally healthy, making its inclusion on this list all the more unexpected and urgent to reveal. Before delving into the specifics of these potentially hazardous foods, Dr. Lee encourages viewers to engage by sharing their age and their reheating habits in the comments section. This interaction is vital for him to tailor information to the specific needs of his audience and understand what advice is most relevant to them. The growing community is a testament to the shared desire for improved well-being, and this feedback loop ensures that the content remains valuable and impactful. The countdown begins with number 5, progressing to the most critical item at number 1, with each subsequent food carrying a more urgent warning than the last. At number 5 on this crucial list is rice. While rice has been a dietary staple for billions for millennia, the process of cooking, cooling, and then reheating it introduces significant risks. The alarming scientific reality is that when cooked rice is left at room temperature, a bacterium known as Bacillus cereus begins to proliferate at an astonishing pace. Although reheating does eliminate the bacteria themselves, it critically fails to neutralize the potent toxins they have already produced. These toxins are notably heat-stable, meaning they persist through microwave and stovetop reheating. Once ingested, these toxins can instigate a cascade of gastrointestinal inflammation, which can be far more damaging in individuals over 70 than in younger people. This heightened vulnerability in aging bodies is attributed to a natural thinning of the gut lining, a phenomenon termed intestinal senescence by researchers at Johns Hopkins. This compromised gut lining, akin to a weakened firewall on a computer, allows these bacterial toxins to more readily enter the bloodstream. This breach triggers systemic low-grade inflammation, a fundamental underlying mechanism linked to serious health conditions such as colorectal cancer, cardiovascular disease, and cognitive decline. Statistics from the Food Standards Agency in the UK highlight the prevalence of this issue, attributing over 66,000 food poisoning cases annually to improper rice storage and reheating, with seniors disproportionately represented in the most severe outcomes. The straightforward solution is to consume rice immediately after cooking. If storage is unavoidable, it must be refrigerated within 1 hour of preparation. When reheating is necessary, adding a splash of water and heating it to a rolling steam, ensuring an internal temperature of at least 165 degrees throughout, is essential, followed by immediate consumption. Reheating rice a second time is strongly advised against, as it significantly amplifies the danger. To mitigate risks, pairing rice with turmeric and black pepper is recommended. Curcumin, the active component in turmeric, has demonstrated an ability to suppress the very inflammatory pathways activated by these bacterial toxins, offering a potent protective synergy. Moving to number 4, we encounter a food item found in nearly every senior's refrigerator: chicken. The effects of microwaving reheated chicken are described by food scientists as a structural nightmare. This item holds personal significance for Dr. Lee, as he has witnessed its detrimental consequences firsthand in his clinical practice. He recounts the case of Margaret, a 72-year-old retired teacher who suffered from persistent fatigue, joint pain, and recurring digestive issues. Despite adhering to what she believed was a healthy diet of grilled chicken, vegetables, and ample water, her practice of batch cooking chicken on Sundays and microwaving portions throughout the week led to elevated inflammatory markers. Her C-reactive protein, a key indicator of systemic inflammation, was nearly 3 times the normal range for her age. The scientific explanation lies in chicken's protein-dense nature. When reheated, especially in a microwave, these protein structures undergo degradation and reform into what biochemists call protein oxidation byproducts, specifically advanced glycation end products, AGEs. AGEs are akin to rust on metal, accumulating with each reheating cycle, and once consumed, bind to receptors in the body, triggering inflammatory signaling. They are directly implicated in accelerated cellular aging, arterial stiffening, and the promotion of tumor microenvironments. Research from the Mount Sinai School of Medicine indicates that individuals with diets high in AGEs exhibit significantly increased markers of oxidative stress, with seniors experiencing a 40% reduced capacity to clear these compounds compared to younger adults. This is due to the diminished efficiency of the kidneys and liver in older individuals, the body's primary detoxification organs. Thus, what a younger person expels quickly can linger in a senior's system for days. For those who value chicken for its lean protein, essential for preventing sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss, consuming it fresh is paramount. Cook only what is needed for immediate consumption. If reheating is absolutely necessary, a low stovetop setting with added moisture and never exceeding 165 degrees Celsius is advised. Pairing chicken with cruciferous vegetables like broccoli or Brussels sprouts is beneficial, as sulforaphane in these vegetables activates NRF2, a protein that bolsters the body's defense against oxidative damage. Margaret's adoption of these changes resulted in a 61% reduction in her C-reactive protein within 90 days, and she reported feeling a decade younger. At number 3 is a universally cherished food that is often perceived as nearly indestructible: eggs. Reheating eggs triggers one of the most significant chemical transformations among edible items, particularly when microwaved. When cooked eggs are reheated, their proteins, specifically the amino acid chains in albumin and ovalbumin, denature in a manner that produces oxidized cholesterol compounds. While cholesterol itself is not inherently villainous, oxidized cholesterol, chemically altered by heat exposure, presents a different concern. Research published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry has identified over a dozen distinct oxysterol compounds in reheated eggs that are cytotoxic, meaning they are toxic to living cells, particularly the endothelial cells lining blood vessels. For individuals over 70, whose cardiovascular systems are already contending with increased arterial rigidity, daily exposure to these oxidized cholesterol compounds can further disrupt the integrity of their blood vessels. Beyond cardiovascular risks, animal studies from the University of Illinois have demonstrated that dietary oxysterols promote tumor growth in colon tissue by suppressing a crucial immune surveillance mechanism responsible for detecting and eliminating abnormal cells. This process, known as apoptosis, becomes approximately 35% less efficient in adults over 75 compared to those in their 40s, essentially exacerbating the body's diminished capacity to combat potential threats. The guidance for eggs is unequivocal. They must be consumed fresh. Scrambled eggs or frittatas should be eaten immediately after cooking. A cold, soft-boiled or hard-boiled egg is a safer option if preparation in advance is needed, as the lack of additional heat prevents further oxysterol formation. Pairing eggs with fresh spinach and a drizzle of olive oil offers a protective benefit. The polyphenols in olive oil and the lutein in spinach work synergistically to create a quenching effect on lipid oxidation, neutralizing harmful compounds before the body has to process them. A brief pause is taken here to encourage engagement. If this information has been eye-opening, viewers are urged to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. The content is specifically designed for individuals in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, providing evidence-based advice tailored to their biological needs rather than generalized advice. The notification bell ensures viewers don't miss future videos. The final two items on the list are highlighted as particularly concerning, with Dr. Lee admitting they are the ones he loses sleep over. At number 2 is spinach and other leafy green vegetables, a surprising revelation given their superfood status. While fresh spinach is incredibly nutrient-dense and beneficial, reheated spinach undergoes a dramatic biochemical transformation. Spinach is naturally rich in nitrates, which, in their fresh state, convert to nitric oxide in the body, supporting blood pressure and circulation. However, under heat stress during reheating, these nitrates convert into nitrites. When nitrites interact with the amino acids in spinach, particularly in the acidic environment of the stomach, they form nitrosamines, potent carcinogenic compounds. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classifies certain nitrosamines as Group 1 carcinogens, confirming them as causes of cancer in humans. A study from the German Federal Institute for Risk Assessment found that reheated spinach contained nitrosamine concentrations up to 400% higher than freshly cooked spinach. This phenomenon applies not only to spinach, but also to other nitrate-rich leafy greens like kale, chard, beet greens, and celery. The mechanism and outcome are identical. For seniors, this risk is amplified by a natural decrease in gastric acid production with age, leading to roughly 30% of adults over 70 producing significantly less stomach acid. This reduced acidity accelerates the conversion of nitrites to nitrosamines, meaning the aging gut is not only more vulnerable to damage, but also more prone to generating these harmful compounds. The definitive recommendation is to consume leafy greens fresh or cook them and eat them immediately. Leftover cooked greens should be eaten cold in salads or smoothies, or discarded. Reheating them is an absolute no-go. Pairing fresh spinach with foods rich in vitamin C, such as lemon juice, bell peppers, or strawberries, is highly recommended. Vitamin C is a potent nitrosamine inhibitor, with research indicating that consuming ascorbic acid alongside nitrate-rich foods can reduce nitrosamine formation by up to 73%. This culinary pairing is not just a matter of taste, but a crucial biochemical protection. Robert, a 68-year-old retired electrician who regularly reheated sautéed kale with his eggs, experienced a significant improvement in his health markers after switching to fresh greens and adding lemon to his meals, a turnaround his doctor deemed remarkable. Finally, at number 1, the single most dangerous food to reheat, according to current scientific evidence, is mushrooms. This fact surprises most people, including Dr. Lee initially. Mushrooms possess an exceptionally complex protein structure, containing all 8 essential amino acids, making them a rare plant food with a complete protein profile. However, this complexity is precisely the issue when heat is reapplied. Upon cooking, mushroom proteins begin to break down, and under secondary heat exposure, they are particularly unstable, leading to rapid oxidation of their polyunsaturated fatty acid content. This process produces malondialdehyde, MDA, a potent marker of lipid peroxidation and cellular DNA damage. Research from the Polish Academy of Sciences found that reheated mushrooms exhibited MDA concentrations 380% higher than freshly cooked ones. MDA is not inert. It crosses the intestinal barrier and enters the bloodstream, where it attaches to DNA strands, causing mutations that can precede cancer development. The National Toxicology Program has identified MDA as a clear animal carcinogen with strong evidence for human relevance. For seniors, this is particularly detrimental, as DNA repair efficiency declines with age. By age 75, the body's ability to detect and repair DNA damage can be 50% less effective than at age 45. Consequently, DNA damage from reheated mushroom compounds is less likely to be corrected, leading to accumulation and progression towards malignancy. The solution is beautifully simple. Cook mushrooms fresh every time. They cook rapidly, typically within 6 to 8 minutes. If leftovers exist, consume them cold in wraps or salads. They are delicious when chilled. Microwaving or reheating on the stove should be avoided entirely. Pairing fresh mushrooms with a source of vitamin D, such as wild salmon, sardines, or a high-quality supplement, is also advised. Mushrooms and vitamin D3 work synergistically to activate natural killer cells, the immune system's primary defense against abnormal cell growth. This combination has been shown in studies at the University of California, San Diego, to significantly enhance immune surveillance in adults over 65. In conclusion, these dietary choices are not merely about food. They are about the quality of life one deserves to live, being sharp, strong, mobile, and independent for loved ones. Every culinary decision made in the kitchen either builds up the body or quietly tears it down. The remarkable truth observed by Dr. Lee over 30 years of practice is that the body, even in advanced age, possesses an extraordinary capacity to respond positively to the right nutritional inputs. Inflammatory markers can decrease, energy levels can return, and cognitive clarity can improve. It is never too late to reclaim vitality. Patients in their late 70s have regained a sense of well-being they thought was lost forever, simply by making more informed choices about their food. Individuals are not passive recipients in this process. They are the drivers, and with this knowledge, they can make better decisions. If this video has been valuable, subscribing to the channel and sharing it with loved ones who may be reheating leftovers without a second thought could offer them a vital, unasked-for gift. Viewers are encouraged to comment with which food most surprised them and to share their age, as this conversation is for them. Dr. Lee assures he will be reading every comment, offering continued support for viewers to take care of themselves as they are undoubtedly worth it.